What are we talking about again? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I know. Now that I talked a little bit about the mods that I've done to my Rebel 500, let's go ahead and go over some of the mods that I want to do to the Rebel 500 and things that I got plans for. Now I'm all fueled up, but my bike needs to get fueled up, so we'll stop for some gas along the way. But I've got a little bit of a crossroads I'm coming up to here. You know, there's gonna be a little bit of a game time decision, but you know, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do, because I'm in that point where I'm exploring options for getting another motorcycle, right? It's a little bit difficult to justify buying a ton of parts and different mods, even if they're really cool, for my Rebel 500 if I'm going to be getting something different and wanting to spend money on that. Plus, if I get a mod for this bike and put it on, but then I don't get a chance to ride it as much because I have a different motorcycle, then it's like I don't really get a chance to enjoy that mod, or might want that mod on that other motorcycle. I'm feeling that a little bit right now. You know, it's not a big deal. I think I'm still going to be doing a couple things to this bike, because even if I get a new motorcycle this year, I don't have any plans to get rid of this bike unless the stars align, and I guess it makes sense. But I'm not done with this Rebel 500 yet, and I really enjoy it, so I don't have any plans to get rid of it. In a perfect world, if I did decide to, you know, move forward, get a couple new mods for this bike this year, the first thing that I have coming, and this is actually a mod that's going to happen, is I'm going to swap out this crappy Amazon phone holder, and it's actually not that crappy, it's okay, and I'm going to get a Quadlock. So it's been a long time coming, and I finally pulled the trigger. Decided to get the Quadlock, the setup with the wireless charging, so that I can just hook it up, charge my phone, and be good to go. And so I'm really excited about that. I've heard great things about Quadlock, and anybody that gets it basically says they wish they would have gotten it right off the bat and would never go back. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to some of the other features that's going to come with that, like being able to use it in my car and different things like that. So I'll do a video on all that. I might do an install video, or I might just kind of talk about it and everything in a little bit, so I'll let you know. The next thing that kind of goes along with that is I've got a USB charger that hooks up to the SAE connector that the Rebel has, so that's really exciting that it just kind of plugs and plays there. So I'll be hooking that up and routing it, and part of that is so that I can charge the Quadlock, but then it has a second USB port, so I'll be able to charge other things, and it has a little voltage meter on it, so I'm excited about that. That's kind of gonna go along with getting the Quadlock put on and everything. So 2 new mods that are kind of maybe 1.5, I guess, that are going to be coming up in the short term here. A little bit in the longer term, though, I really want to get some new lighting for this bike. I think that the front headlight works great. It's super bright. The brights are extremely bright. Like, I've had friends of mine who have been riding behind me that tell me to turn the brights off when we're riding because they say it's too bright. It like blinds them, so that's good, right? You always want to have bright lights on a motorcycle, but if I'm being honest, I don't love the direction of the way that the lights shine on the Rebel 500 coming from the stock ones. And this is the 2020, I think it's 2020 and on when they switch over to the LED. So yeah, I've got the LED ones. I really don't like the direction it shines when you're going around corners. So when I'm going straight, I feel like I can see as much as I need to. I mean, it does kind of cut off. It's weird. It doesn't really remind me as much of like a car headlight system where I feel like it kind of just illuminates everything. There definitely is this kind of really straight line cutoff, and so when I'm going around a turn, there'll be times where the lights will be kind of shining off in one direction, but I'm trying to go in a different direction. So if it's a situation where it's really dark out and there's no other lighting except for the lights coming from my bike, and I'm going around this turn, I'm kind of riding into you know, darkness. I'd like to get some extra auxiliary lighting set up on the bike. I think it would look good. It obviously will help with safety. It'll help brighten things up at nighttime. So that's definitely one of the next plans I have for this bike. Another thing that I'd like to do is I have been thinking since essentially when I first got this motorcycle that I would want to put on engine guards. My original thought process when I got the bike was to have those on there as I'm learning to ride, so that, you know, it's if I'm ever to tip the bike over or, you know, whatever, drop it, it's going to give me a little bit more of that protection. Now that I've been riding for a while, obviously there's still a chance of that happening. I understand that that's still a possibility, but at the same time, I'm a lot more comfortable and confident with riding, and so I think it's less likely than when I was first learning to ride. If I do put engine guards on here, it gives me the opportunity to also mount that auxiliary lighting that I was talking about, and I can also put on some highway pegs, or maybe even just use the engine guards as a place to stretch my feet out and that kind of thing when I'm doing those longer rides. So there's a few other advantages to getting engine guard. I really don't love the look of them. I think they kind of look a little goofy, at least like the big square rectangular sized ones that are ones like from T-Rex and that kind of thing. So I'm not totally sure. It's part of the reason I haven't pulled the trigger on it, and like I said, it's a little bit more of an expensive mod, and I think that my money could potentially be spent a little bit better in other places, but I don't know. Let me know. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you want to see that, or if you've put engine guards on your bike before and enjoyed it or had good results from it. So let me know. I may do it. Who knows? Oh, I guess we'll go get gasoline so I don't have to worry about it. This intersection really should be a roundabout. So those are kind of a little bit more of those practical mods, if I want to put it that way, that I'm planning on doing to the bike. There's a couple other cosmetic things that I think would look really nice, and those are going to be, you know, if I really want to spend a little bit extra money, really turn this bike into something that I love and enjoy. Obviously I love and enjoy it as is, but, you know, really kind of just put my stamp on it, the Evergreen Motovlog stamp. And that'd be swapping out the tank and just getting it painted, probably some kind of green color. I don't know, maybe a green like this to match, or just its kind of own green or stripes or something like that, because I think a tank that's painted would just make the bike totally stand out and make it look really unique. But, you know, it doesn't really do a whole lot in terms of like performance, and it really is just like a cosmetic change. It's a little bit difficult to justify. Let's just swoop on over here. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see this tank painted, and what color you think would look good on the Rebel 500. I mean, I could always go with one of the stock colors that come from the factory, just get a factory tank and swap that out. So that might be the cheaper option, of course, but I don't know. Let's get some gasoline. I might not even be able to include this part just because the music might get demonetized. Alrighty, get some gasoline for my motorcycle. Alright. Tap 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 tap. Shake 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 shake. Haha. Alright, 1.8 gallons, so obviously didn't need any right now, but always nice to be topped off. That's all I needed to do. Yeah, I only went 114 miles on that tank, so I probably had 40 or 50 more miles left. Alright. I did not mean to rev it that hard. Oh, of course I did not close up my jacket. Why would I do that? It doesn't make any sense. Leave your jacket open while you're riding, because it's hot out. And you need to stay cool. Okay. I don't know about you guys, if you own a motorcycle, anytime you stop and kind of mess with your gear or take things out of your pockets, do you ever, right before you leave, kind of zip around and just double check, make sure nothing fell out of your pockets? Or do you just get on your bike and go? I don't know, it might be the OCD in me, but I like to just double check, make sure I'm not leaving nothing. Alright, So that's about all. I know there are other things I definitely thought about in the past of doing to this bike. A couple honorable mentions are going to be, I need to get new tires at some point, so I'm probably going to be doing a little bit of fun new tires. I like the look of white walls, so we'll see what that looks like. I do think that having a storage rack without saddlebags doesn't look the best, but because now I have the Viking bags, I think I could put a storage rack on the rear fender and it would kind of hide it. It would look decent. So that's just another thing I thought about, just to have a little bit more of that storage. Potentially if I want to go moto camping later this year, it'd be nice to have something to strap things down to. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there. Let me know down in the comments, like I said, what you think about the mods I currently have on the Rebel 500, what mods you would do or want to see, and yeah, what you're most excited for. Like I said, bike's a work in progress always. I love tinkering with it and doing fun things, so there's probably a couple more things to come, even if I do end up getting a new motorcycle at some point. Motorcycles are fun, man, so you know, it's a lot of fun to mess with them and kind of make them your own. And yeah, motorcycles are awesome, and it's even more awesome to make them your own and have some fun with them and add things to them. So yeah, like I said, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is the Evergreen Motovlog channel, reminding you all to ride safe out there, mind your surroundings, and I'll catch you all in the next one.